Palestine is occupied!
Resistance is justified!
This is an open microphone headed by the Revolutionary Communist Group. Fight racism, fight imperialism. If you're an anti-racist, if you're an anti-imperialist, you must snatch this microphone because I know you have something to say.
It's not just a war over stolen land. Why do you think little boys are throwing stones at tanks? That will never really know how many people are dead. They shot folks on innocent girls while they sleep in their bed.
خذني يا طير لا تواخذني، خذني ع فلسطين، خذني يا طير لا تواخذني، رجعني على بلادي، عيني دهلي وولادي، رجعني على بلادي، عيني دهلي وولادي، خذني ع فلسطين، خذني ع فلسطين، خذني.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
From London to Jenin! From London to Jenin! From London to Jenin! Boris Johnson! Boris Johnson! Boris Johnson! Boris Johnson! Boris Johnson! Who call it clashes, who blame the Palestinians. We march from the BBC. Let's say it. BBC, shame on you. BBC, shame on you. That was a precise shot. That was a precise shot. They want to kill the media. So make them hear. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free.
Of worshippers in Al-Aqsa mosque during Ramadan, and yesterday we saw Israeli forces violently attacking those grieving the death of Jenin. This is all part of the Nakba, which began in 1948 but continues till this day. And after 74 years of catastrophic injustice, it's easy to lose hope. But friends, let's remember, there was a time when South African apartheid seemed immovable, that the day of its end didn't seem plausible, when it too had apologists for apartheid in Downing Street.
It's only the tip of the iceberg of the brutality of the Israeli state. And we're here today to condemn that brutality, but also to condemn the complicity of the British government and the British state in that brutality. And particularly as we stand here beside Downing Street, I want to remind you that since 2015, when the Conservative government was elected, they have sold over £400 million worth of weapons to the Israeli state.
Exactly why she was murdered. The Israeli regime saw Shireen's power as a threat to their fragile, illegitimate state. The press jacket that was meant to keep her safe marked her for execution, not protection. There is no such thing as the voiceless, only the deliberately silenced.
Be free!
My name is Jenin. I'm a Palestinian organizer. I'm named after the city of Jenin, which is in the West Bank. It is a center of resistance, and it's also where Shireen was murdered a few days ago now. Today's protest, we're coming out to commemorate the Nakba, which has been ongoing for 74 years. The Nakba began in 1948 when Palestinians were began being ethnically cleansed from their homes and from historic Palestine. 1948 is when my grandparents left Palestine or were exiled, and I was born stateless because of that. And what it means to be here today is to show the world the ongoing nature of the Nakba, shed light on the atrocities that are ongoing in Palestine, and also commemorate Shireen and her memory and everything she did for the Palestinian cause and the Palestinian people. My message to everyone is the importance of standing in solidarity with the Palestinians every day of the year until Palestine is free, not just when we're commemorating the Nakba, not just when it's making the news headlines, not just when the hashtags are trending, but every day.
So my name is Mohammed. I'm a medical student here in London. Came down today for the Palestinian protest against occupation and apartheid. And yeah, it looks like a good turnout. Last year we had a really big one. I think 100,000 people showed up. We were quite worried this year because obviously with all these things, it's all about hype. And thankfully people still continue to care. And that's the important thing, increasing the public eye on this and ending apartheid, really. Yeah, so I think we live in a really interesting time, you know. I think the internet's kind of blown everything wide open. Before, you wouldn't have a turnout like this for Palestinian protests. And this is the first time in my life, really, I've seen anything like this. Even online, public opinions are changing. Obviously, this week we had a murder of a journalist wearing the press badge, and that was a big thing. And I think it's just brilliant how public perception on things are no longer being covered up by the bigger media outlets, and people are seeing for themselves what's happening in these places. And yeah, it was a good protest today, but of course the struggle's ever continuing, and we need to remember that just because we go home today, I'm going to take this off, people are going to put down their flags, but the Palestinians are still suffering, and it's important that they still have a voice.